Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, wherever you are in the world, and welcome to the Transnation Esports Break-Off, Seb. The awards ceremony here for the for Sunday and Monday night. We're here for the U.S. Regionals Awards ceremony. As you heard by the cackling already, I am joined here this evening by the one and only Sebastian Flores, that kid Sebi, Michael Garone Jr., of course Top Gun, and the man himself, Matthew Elia, that is Kloonberg. Gentlemen, how are you all doing this evening?
I'm lit.
You're lit? Lit, are you ready to get this ready to get this party started here for the US Regionals?
Always.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure this is the first time all four of us have been on a video or stream together, so this should be pretty interesting.
Yeah,
I think it'll go great. I think it's gonna go great.
This definitely should be an interesting thing. I think you're right. It is the first time we've all been on stream together, so I mean, it'll be probably, it could be a little bit interesting. But you know what? We'll find out, won't we? Just make sure, Seb, you were able to get the link out to the masses.
Oh, I can. Give me 1 second. I can copy.
Alrighty, we will just wait a second here. There we go. The link is now out to the masses. We'll wait a couple seconds here until we can make sure that we have a couple people in. But gentlemen, as the season has wound down to its conclusion, how pumped are you guys to get season 3 going?
Oh, I'm ready, bro. I'm ready to beat Matt and Billy's ass.
Oh yeah, true. There's gonna be some the driver lineups are pretty much now fully complete. Of course, we do have a couple spots that are still waiting to be filled, mostly in the Sunday night 7 p.m. time slot. But then also there's a couple that are open Sunday night at 9. So of course, if you know anybody that is looking to join up, then feel free to shoot them along to one of us four, and we'd be happy to get them all set up in the Discord. But gentlemen, I think the link has been sent out to everywhere that it would need to. So I think we can probably get this underway. What do you say?
Let's do it.
Alrighty. So we are going to open things up here tonight. We have a little bit of a... We have some Season 2 highlights. Season 2 was a big year for TNE, the US Regional, and I think we got a lot of highlights out of it. So we do have a little video here that's put together that hopefully will highlight most of the achievements of the drivers over the course of the season, and we'll get started with that.
We have 5 red lights, and it's lights out, and away we go here in Australia. Thank goodness, no damage. But that's a costly mistake from Aponte. He cost his teammate. He cost Lossing a little bit of time as well. Sector 2. Oh my goodness gracious me! That is an almighty accident! Oh my goodness! Oh, and what's the rest of the field? Oh, this is clumsy. Very, very clumsy. Oh, and in the background. Oh, and a crash, a massive crash between the two Alfa Romeos.
Oh my. So Matt has just picked the perfect time to serve his penalty.
And spin!
The lights are building, revs are building, and we are away for the Transnation Esports Monday US Regional at Spain. Michael Garone Jr. with a great start off the line. He's going to be clear for first into turn 1. Also, Ethan with a great run. He's looking up the inside. Not able to do so. Zach, oh, he's still alongside Michael. They're side by side. Zach and Joseph Bucks are side by side going through turn 3, and so is it side by side for the battle for the lead.
We got spinners in the back here, Peter Pan and Tater Spinners 2. Aponte was off at 1, strangely.
Ethan Lossing into the lead. Michael Groen Jr. side by side with him still. Both of these drivers on the softs. They need to get a move on. Make sure they can put some time from the medium guys. But oh my goodness, they're still side by side. They're rubbing wheels. This is great racing.
And that's only playing into Delegath and Bucks' hand.
That it is. Michael Groen Jr. in first. Ethan's going to dive up the inside. Oh, Zach thought about going 3 wide, doesn't do it though, and Michael is finally locked down the lead there, but Papa Sandwich is retired. Safety car. Take a shot, Seb.
Oh, here we go, buddy.
Oh, he's right in the middle of the track.
Right in the middle of the track, and the leaders are in the pits. They're coming in to slap on the softs. No, yeah, it was. I don't exactly remember the exact reason why. Well, what happened here? The drivers are coming to a stop. What happened to the safety car? The safety car just stopped.
Gone.
Oh, Alex Gutierrez has been disqualified for ignoring. Oh,
Zach was disqualified.
ladies and gentlemen, I do
Honda
believe
was disqualified.
this is going to be the conclusion of this race. I believe.
Oh my goodness.
This will be the conclusion of the race. The gentleman waving the checkered flag also had asphalt-covered hair as Peter Hayward picks up driver of the day. A well-deserved drive from P16 to P3 for the Mercedes driver.
Absolute DOD.
Regardless, though, we are on the final lap of this race. Zach is in Sector 3. He has, once again, he hasn't put a foot wrong. It's been incredible, the domination that he has put on here the past month and a bit. Zach Hochmeyer is going to cross the line and win the French Grand Prix, his 5th race victory in a row. Incredible. Here's to the end. I don't think he would have stayed.
Trying to go around nice on Mike right now. With Michael right behind him.
Yeah, Mike had a run on him too. Mike's going to go up the inside. Zach's going to follow through behind. Mike gets it pulled up in time. That was close to being a front wing damage there. As now, is Mike going to be able to make the move on Ethan here going down the straightaway? It looks like they're 3 wide about to go behind them. They're not quite 3 wide. Mike around the outside of Ethan going into turn 11. He's going to get that done. So Mike up to P2 here.
Just in behind, opens DRS again, uses overtake this time. Keeps the overtake on. He wants to go for this, but he has to go the long way. KD defends the inside line into turn 11. They're still side by side. Contact maybe, or sideways there for Ethan. Massively sideways, just before turn 12. Gap is now 4/10. Opens DRS. He is gaining and gaining and gaining and gaining. This time he might go for it here. He has to look around the long way though. Ethan defends the inside line. They're side by side through 8 into turn 9. There's still sideways there for Ethan, but he catches it well. Through turn 10, DRS open again. But this time Honda has the inside line. He has his nose in front now. Into the braking zone, into turn 11. Can he get it done? Oh, it seems like he can and does. No, they're still side by side. Ethan is not giving up.
Leaning on each other.
And then finally, Andrew in front. Now, we'll wait for slick tyre. No matter how bad it may look, the better tyre is a slick tyre. It's not until that prompt comes up. And Stewart's out.
Stewart's out.
He crashed at Stone.
Everybody's going to come in here.
DRS is disabled. There we go. Oh, and Rob's staying out. No, Rob, that is a very poor decision.
Especially on the hard.
That is a very poor decision. You should have went in. That is potentially
And
P3.
Preds is staying out as well.
This isn't a very smart choice, fellas.
It's going to be interesting to see how far the intermediate runners can jump up.
Well, the guy I'm most interested in is probably Christian because Rob Hadley's in front by 20 seconds. Can he hold off a 20-second margin in these
This could
conditions?
potentially be a podium for Chris.
And Rob stays out. Another lap. The gap has reduced to 17.5 seconds.
Christopher's lost it.
Actually, no, he hasn't served it. That's when he changed
Oh
tires.
yeah, that's why he stayed out.
He stayed out. And that is a costly error. He did... Oh, no. That battle for third. I think it's thrown out the window. Wait, 21.7 seconds. He just might be able to close the gap if he really nails this lap, because Rob is going to be absolutely everywhere in the second sector, particularly through Copse Corner. This corner is going to be the most scary corner you will ever go through in these conditions on slick tyres. He needs to crawl through it. He needs to brake
Yeah, he's just
hard.
got to back it down.
That's it. Nice and slow,
He
gentle.
knows.
Oh, that's very well done. On the curb as well. That's ballsy. That car could have spun out. But it's Honda who will take victory here at Silverstone. Cameron will come home from now in P2. What can Rob do? Gap is 16.2 seconds. This is exactly like when Hamilton got the puncture. We're all just waiting for Verstappen to catch up.
Just looking at the gap.
Just down the straight now. 14 seconds, 13 seconds. Has he done enough? Can he keep the car straight? He needs to do that through here. Now, if that gap goes under 5 seconds at the line, I think Christian will get it. I think. We'll have to wait and see. But Rob Hadley will cross the line in a ballsy third place. It's not
Rob
enough.
Hadley on the
Rob
podium.
Hadley, a superb drive on the hard tyre, pulls off a podium.
That was incredible.
Bet if we're doing Vegas money lines here, being on the hards and in fourth, but you know, I'll bet my life
Bill
savings.
got it. Bill definitely got it.
All right, Bill. Bill, Zach, Peter, Alex, Jonathan, Joseph. Could it be somebody else? We're going to find out here as we're back to green flag racing here. 2 laps to go. As Jonathan Dunk staying on the back of Joseph right now. It's going to be an interesting battle between the Racing Point teammates here. As they are duking out for what is the final podium position. But as we... Oh, there goes Alex right into the wall.
No.
Oh man, the commentator's curse was really alive and well here tonight. Zach Hochmeyer does get 3rd position out of that, but Zach does
He's
have
got 6 seconds of penalties.
and Jonathan has none.
Dunk's
So,
in the driver's seat here.
oh,
Wait, hold on. Let's look at Peter Pan's penalties.
Peter
Pan has no penalties.
Peter Pan, if he sticks with it, this is going to be a brilliant performance for Pete. And Bill Vossi right behind him. This is going to be a battle. There is a wicked battle going on right here for what's going to be likely the final
Bill have
podium
penalties?
spot.
Bill doesn't have penalties.
Oh,
Come on,
baby. Let's go, boys.
Oh, Zach goes off.
Zach off again, just pushing so hard. Man, even on those
Zach
softs.
has to, but
What is going on with this race? This is incredible. Can we race
I
it?
really want Bill on the podium.
You know what? Buck says 6 seconds in penalties.
He just gets his first penalty.
No.
No, Bill. But Peter hasn't got any penalties yet. Peter's still looking great to move up into onto this podium here. Holy moly. He could finish 2nd because Buck says 6 seconds, right?
Yeah, Bucks I believe has 2 time penalties.
This is incredible. What are we going to see here? We're on the final lap here at Silverstone. Bill Vossi about to go side by side
There he goes.
with Peter Pan here. Keep it easy, gentlemen.
Is he gonna make it stick?
Bill gets it there, and he's going to make it stick. Is Peter going to fight back? He's not.
I mean, that's not enough, though.
Joseph is going to cross the line first, but Jonathan leapfrogs him. Zach P3. Bill jumps up to P3. Peter Pan to P2.
Peter Pan 2nd.
Peter Pan jumps up to P2. Jonathan Dunk wins the
no.
British Grand Prix.
But here comes Andrew Honda. A superb season. It's wrapped up in style. He wins the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix here at Yas Marina. Ethan Lossing will finish in 2nd place. Possession might finish in 4th here, and does by 31 thousandths of a second.
A couple of corners here, and he is going to win the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. And the only thing that we wait on now is for our championship winner to be decided
Jesus Christ,
here.
He just almost put it in the wall.
Michael Garone Jr. here. He is about to come out of the final lap. He's going to come out nice and easy, but Michael Garone Jr. will lock up the championship with a P. Well, it stands as a P4 finish. He might drop to P5 as Bucks crosses the line. He stays P4. So Michael Garone Jr. will finish off the podium, but on top of the championship standings here for Season 2.
Damn. I mean, there was a lot that happened this past season. I mean, that is still, at the end of the day, a pretty small taste of it. But, I mean, could see Seb and Bill, they're still going at it, even in the off season. So, I wonder if that's going to be a prequel of what's to come next season as Seb teams up with myself, but then also somebody who's we do have another competitor stepping into this ring, and Matty Elia, you're going to be teaming up with Bill. You looking forward to hopping in on that rivalry?
I wouldn't really call it hopping into the rivalry. I'm just I didn't want the new guy to be left out in the cold. I'm welcoming him to Sunday nights. That's all I'm doing.
Fair.
And if I help him beat Sebby's ass, that's cool too.
That's the ultimate goal, I suppose, isn't it? As Seb, you know what? I mean, you probably haven't seen that video in a little while, but you seemed like you were a little bit sympathetic with Bill there. Seb doesn't have anything to say to that, I guess. All right, fair enough, Seb. Fair enough.
Can you hear me now?
Oh, yep.
Oh, you can't hear me.
Yeah, we got you now. We got you. It seemed like you were a little sympathetic for Bill in that moment.
I was a little bit, like rivalries really are great, but sometimes it's what really helps is when we push each other, whether it's against each other or whether it's rooting for one another, But I'm telling Bill right now, come next season, he's gonna be eating a lot of dirt.
Oh man. Well, the trash talk will forever continue, but at the end of the day, I think we are ultimately here tonight to do some awards and hand out some virtual hardware, if you could call it that. We want to thank everybody, of course, that took the time to vote in the Google link that was sent out the other week. And now I think we can get into handing out some awards. What do you guys say?
If you're still watching, Bill, this is where you can leave.
Wow.
Shit. With that, I think it's very appropriate here that we will jump in to our first award that we are going to hand out. That is, of course, the Class Clown of the US Regionals. There was actually a fair number of votes that were put out for a few different parties here, but ultimately there was one winner. I want to give an honorable shout out to Bill, Brett, and David Aponte, who received votes in this as well as Bojan, of course. That is Kibson, our reserve commentator, and fairly. I love you, Bojan. So got to give you some love there too. But ultimately, the winner of the Class Clown, it will come as no surprise. It is that kid Sebby, of course, Sebastian. Oh. And we would like to honor you this evening with the. I mean, now that you're a certified clown, you got to go to clown college, and we're looking forward to sending you off. I know you're gonna make us so proud as you head into the big world of clown. And what do you have to say? Say something to us, Seb. Give us some inspiration.
I just want to thank my fans. That you guys just wouldn't be possible. Bill Vasti, thank you, Bill, and I think what really started this off was that day, where I sat there and I just tried to race you and get you so hard, Stu.
Oh God, that is not what I want to hear right now. I think on that note, we're gonna cut off the Oscars type speeches from here on out, because if that's the way things are gonna go, then we're gonna have to mark this as inappropriate content on YouTube. So from there, I think that our next award that we can hand out is actually gonna turn things down a fair notch. And this is, it's not the most glamorous award, that's for sure, but it is the most boring races of our season. Now, I guess I'll put this out to all three of you. There were a number of boring races that we witnessed this year and that we were a part of on track. Is there one that sticks out in particular to you gentlemen that really took the cake here? I know from my perspective, I think the Monday night race at Japan was relatively boring. If I can...
Oh, is that because I won it?
Probably. I mean, it is always boring to see. I much prefer a more Monza type race for you, Mike, where you wreck into the wall.
Yeah, everybody loves to see that.
That's definitely more.
Yeah, I like to see some Silverstone races from you, Stu.
Oh yeah, we did get to see that highlight, didn't we? Actually, Silverstone for you, Mike, wasn't that great yourself. I do believe you retired in the pits.
I ended up in the commentary booth, so that was fun.
Yeah, did you throw away a podium also?
I mean, potentially. To answer your question, I will say, as a commentator, Lane and I got really lucky on Sunday nights, so not a lot of races really come to mind other than Japan and maybe Singapore. From a competitive standpoint and Monday nights for me racing in them, there's not really a league race that is quote unquote boring, because you're doing so much that you don't really, in the middle of a race, you don't sit back and go, oh, I'm really bored right now. I mean, you're worried about, doing your things. So I will say that I'm sure you guys on Monday night, you and Sebi had your moments where you were like, okay, we have nothing to talk about.
I don't know, Seb, did we?
Let's make fun of Mike.
Let's stick to commentators.
I don't know, dude. I feel like we stay pretty solid sometimes on commentary with coming up to things to talk about, but I can't think of them off the top of my head. But I'm sure there's been a couple races, where there hasn't been a battle, and we're kind of sitting there talking about damn Canadian facts,
Maddie, I know you watched at least a few of the Monday night streams, and I know that there was some races that we were involved in that were pretty boring, but is there one that sticks out for you?
Not as a driver, you could probably count one of my 6 DNFs. Those are pretty boring because they usually happen pretty early.
That's pretty accurate.
I think China was really boring for me because I dropped it on the first lap into the wall. So
yeah.
As a driver, for me, China was probably the most boring one because I think I stayed around and watched it too. So
oof. Yeah, that's probably a rough one to stick around and watch. That's for sure. But as just a person watching streams, I didn't find any too boring. Maybe Singapore got a little boring, but other than that, and Japan probably on Monday night. I would agree with you. I think lots of the streams, most of them had really something that you could sink your teeth into and grasp onto. Really get excited. Oh, it's David Aponte joins the chat. I think they have the same last name as David Aponte. So,
that must be David.
Yeah, we were very fortunate to have a lot of exciting racing this year. And you know what? honestly, for one of these categories, it really boiled down to there wasn't really a boring race, and there was a lot of people that wrote in that there wasn't a boring race for that night. Of course, that night would be Monday. But ultimately, we are still going to award winners or losers in this category. And the boring races of the season are going to be handed out for Sunday night, the Japanese Grand Prix, and for Monday night, the Singapore Grand Prix, as they were not that much fun to watch. I remember Japan racing in it on Sunday, and I know Maddie will too, and it was just very boring, and I'm very glad that those are out of the way. But you know what?
Yeah.
We head into next season, and it's going to be a good one. So hopefully we don't... Maybe we'll axe that category completely for next season. But we can move on. We can move on from the most boring race of the season, and we'll jump into the best race of the season. Of course, as we've been talking about, there's been a lot of great moments that have been the best race of the season. But quickly, gentlemen, what do you think your bet is for best race of the season here? And actually, for Sunday, it was pretty close. I mean,
Sunday,
Mike, you did basically all these comms. You should know.
Yeah. Well, we got the biggest crash in F1 League Racing Eternity, I think, at Australia.
29.
So I think people like crashes every once in a while,
This isn't
especially
NASCAR, bro.
virtually when they don't hurt people. Silverstone was really great for me to watch as a commentator. I think that was one of the highlights, watching Rob nab that podium on hard tires in it wasn't pouring rain, but it was rain that was heavy enough for some wet weather tires. That was incredible to watch. Trying to think. Sunday was interesting because we had a dominant force up front for most of the season, but so you didn't have a lot of battling for the win per se, but you had so much else around. You had battles for every other position and a lot of interesting stuff going on. So yeah, for me, my personal favorite race of the season was Silverstone, to watch a new guy get his, not a new guy, but somebody get their first podium. Monday, the most exciting for me was Hungary, without a doubt.
Oh, we'll get to that.
Probably
in a
the
minute.
most, yeah, probably the most heart racing moment that I've had in a league race.
Alrighty. I mean, Mike covered it there. Our winner of the he covered one of them. Actually, you know what, Seb and Matt, quickly, what do you guys think are the races of the season for Sunday here?
It's kind of tough, dude. I would generally have to almost agree with Michael. You know, like I feel like during that whole Silverstone race, especially towards the end, you know, we were all at the edge of our seats. You know, wondering what was going to happen, who was going to win, what positions were going to change. You know, who was going to be on the podium. So I really do probably have to agree with Michael on that one. Is that it was Silverstone.
Maddie, I know your favorite race of the season was not Silverstone, but what do you think the best race was for Sundays?
Ooh. I thought Australia was a pretty good race overall. You had a bunch of people. Well, you had the huge accident, a little drama, and then you had some good fighting going on too. And actually, like the first half of the season on Sunday nights, I thought was pretty good. Bahrain was pretty good. We had a little drama there too.
Oh, we sure did.
A little bit.
Ultimately, though,
both during the race and after.
yes,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
that is right. We don't need to talk about that.
After.
We don't need to talk about the post-race shenanigans, boys. Ultimately, though, Maddie, you nailed it. It is the Australian Grand Prix. Whoopsie daisies. That is the winner of the most exciting race of the season. And we do have a little bit of a highlight reel here from that race for everybody to refresh their memory on just exactly what happened that Australia race.
29 laps.
PTSD from that race,
Round
man.
one is about to begin with 5 red lights. No, got that glitch again. We have 5 red lights, and it's lights out, and away we go here in Australia. And Stewart has gotten a superb start. He leads into turn 1, and look at this. Drivers side by side through 1 and 2, trying not to collect each other. Oh, there might have been a bit of contact in the background between some of the midfield drivers, and it's 3 wide.
3 wide.
3 wide again. Oh my goodness gracious me. Drivers trying to get as many positions as they can. Sebastian is losing a few positions. He might have wing damage as well. I saw an end plate fall off one of the cars. And it is Sebastian.
Yeah,
He's missing that front. Up with him though. These two are starting to pull away. Oh, hang on. The AlphaTauri's lost it into the tyre barrier. Dearie me. Oh, this might be bad.
Oh, we got another one who lost it.
Oh, that's a McLaren. Oh,
That
no.
is some duty.
Has Ronnie been disqualified from the session? He has. I don't believe it. Rob
no.
Hadley has been disqualified for driving the wrong way. Safety car. Stuart Leslie will lead him out of the final corner to finish lap 3 of 29 and begin lap 4. And he's had an absolutely mega restart. And I think there's a Williams trying to go for 4th place, and he has gone for 4th place. But that's a costly mistake from Aponte. He cost his teammate. He cost Lossing a little bit of time as well. Sector 2. Oh my goodness gracious me! That is an almighty accident! Oh my goodness! If this isn't a safety car, I swear to God I am selling this game, because that is a safety car. That's a red flag.
We had 3 cars in the air. And we got Sebastian doing donuts.
My goodness, yeah. Oh, I do it as
Something
well.
I shouldn't be
But
doing all the
I
time.
think in real life there is a rule about that. I could be wrong though. But here comes Leslie, and he's lost it out of the final
Leslie almost
corner.
loses
Here
it.
comes Sean. Pulling
Oh,
to
we're gonna have a
alongside,
battle.
but he has to back out. Oh, that is so disappointing. Leslie making a mistake, but because you can't overtake until the control line, which is the start-finish
2
line.
as well.
Here we go, around the outside into 3. Can he hold it there? No, he can't. Leslie hangs on to the lead for now.
And Ethan stepped back from full time and committed to reserving, but you know he's still going to give his old championship rival a good battle for this win.
Here we go.
Oh, here he comes.
Not quite. He's going to try and set it up here though. Try and get a good run. Opens up DRS. Overtake enabled. What's Stewart going to do? Is he going to defend the inside line? No, he's not. He's not quite close enough, Ethan. Through turn 4. Turn 5 coming up now. Very much single file through here. Not many overtaking opportunities. Pretty much have to wait until maybe turn 9. You could if you get a good run through 8, you might be able to send it up the inside at 9. He's nowhere near close enough though. Through 9 into 10. Using all of the track, and here's Matt. Not too far behind. He's just watching the 2 in front, playing the waiting game. Through 11 into 12. No one loses it. You can hear there from Matt lifting off through 12. He does not want to spin. He's in a very good place right now. He wants to spur. He wants a podium. Anything else above that, it's a massive bonus. You can see that Ethan right behind, and I think he's going to try and make a move into turn 1. Here we
Rick's in a
go.
lot of trouble with DRS.
As Urban Castillo gets a
Gonna
3
use
second
the
time
little bit he's got left. Oh, he's got nothing.
There we go.
Ethan by easily.
Ethan. Ooh, hello. Ethan Lossing's now taking the lead. But what's Matt going to do? Is he going to go down the inside? He does. They give each other the space.
think Stewart's admitted defeat here.
Yeah, he's got the white flag out. But now Matt's starting to gain on Ethan because of those fresher tyres that he has. Ethan, though, no penalties next to his name. But even if Matt finds a way past, he has to try and open up a 3-second margin. But we might just have a battle for the win here. On circuit, of course.
Yeah. He's got to try it and try to force Ethan into a mistake. Maybe you could get him to run wide a couple times here and there.
Yeah. Or, well, you might as well try and do that. Just get up right behind and put all the pressure in the world that you can. As Dave gets a 3-second time penalty.
Dave Arbus.
DRS open. Here we go. Lap 29 of 29. The final 5.3 kilometers and 3.3 miles of the Australian Grand Prix. And Matt is in a really good position here. He's going to put a mountain's worth of pressure on the Renault in front and try and force him into a mistake. Turn 4 into turn 5. This is where the almighty accident of this race happened. Oh, the tyre mark. Oh, that's a bit upsetting. There used to be a whole heap of tyre marks which showed where the cars went off. Gap is starting to open up again, easing the pressure that Ethan has to deal with. 4th gear, 5th gear. Coming up towards the accident hotspot of turn 12. Through the high-speed S's. They both get through relatively unscathed. But it seems that Ethan will take victory at this stage. Coming up to the second to last corner, turn number 15, and entering turn 16. What a season opener and what a race for Ethan Lossing. A win for Renault. And a win for him here at the Australian Grand Prix. Matt hangs on to second place, a thoroughly fantastic drive. And Stuart Leslie comes home in P3.
Dave Arbus P4. Now we got the rest of them waiting to come through.
Here comes Sebastian Flores. He will come home in 5th place. Considering what this man has been through, it's actually quite a nice recovery.
Yeah, Australia was one of the definitely one of the memorable ones, I think, over the course of the season. You know, just looking back at that, there was lots of action throughout that race. Safety cars, of course, the very famous almighty accident, and I think that one was going to be hard to top for the win in that category. Honorable mentions, though, goes out to Canada. Canada coming up second in that category, but really
sounds
rigged. Yeah. Really,
Canada's
I just wrote in Canada on all of the votes just to make sure that it would get up there. But we can now head on a natural transition from the Sunday night best race of the season to the Monday night best race of the season. Now, I'm going to turn to Seb for this one. And Seb, you know, this should be a pretty straightforward one. I think this is one of the most unanimous votes that we received. But what, looking back on the season, what was the best season we did or what was the best race we did comms for this year?
Garone Jr. and Buck's gonna be able to do Will Luke.
Can I get a hint? Because it's obviously not that obvious to me.
You need a hint.
Oh no.
Oh no, Seb. Oh no.
I don't know.
Seb, were you asleep?
I don't know what everybody voted for.
Well,
I think he's just too busy talking trash about Bill the whole time.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
I was chilling. No, I mean, I think for me, the best race for me was when was the finale when Michael took the championship because I was really emotional.
Oh my God, do you?
What?
I was,
What a
what?
suck
I
up!
was happy for him, man. I was happy for him. You know, he did great. You know, like I think that was the best race for me. Either that one or Silverstone.
Damn.
Okay.
I wish this
Build
guy
up
was
me
this
down.
nice to me off stream.
All right, Seb, you're gonna be out of the committee after this one. Maddie, you got the last one right. You got to know what this one is. What was the most exciting race of the season for Monday?
Hungary probably.
You nailed it again. Maddie's 2 for
Yeah.
freaking 2. He's the absolute wizard of knowing of being able to predict this crap. And Hungary, without a doubt, I think, was the best race of the season. Seb, do you remember that race at all now? Or do you need a little bit of a reminder?
Roll the tape.
Yeah, let's roll the tape.
Garone Jr. and Buck's going to be able to do. Will Lucas be able to rebound to get back to the front? We're back to green flag racing. The lap cars move out of the way. Whoa!
What happened with Michael?
Oh! There was issues. There was a glitch there where passing before the start-finish line. So that has severely cost Michael Garone.
Oh, there's contact between the Ferrari and Bucks.
They are duking it out. Both of the Ferraris in there.
Well, how will that be looked at?
It all depends on what. I mean, it's not really for us to decide right now. We just gotta try and commentate here on what we got going on. Michael
Good
Garone,
restart from Dunk.
Michael Garone Jr. looking up the inside of James here. This is for P5. Michael gets that move done. He sets his sights on Bucks now.
So you guys don't have any idea about penalties, do you?
No idea.
Or so it's a mystery box.
It is.
Buck
It's.
might be in for another.
Oh, Lucas almost lost it going up the inside of Alex Gutierrez. He gets past, but now they're going 3 wide. 3, oh my goodness, boys.
Bucks!
Michael Garone Jr. taking a peek up the inside of Alex Gutierrez. He's going to look to the inside in the final corner. He's going to get that move done. Michael Garone Jr., they're going to go 3 wide down the front stretch. Oh! Michael Garone Jr. threading the needle down the front straightaway. Is he going to get the move done on Bucks? No. Bucks is going to hold that. Michael might get the crossover, though. Bucks gets bad traction off the corner. Here goes Michael.
In the wall.
Oh, not again.
Michael Garone Jr.
Alex.
and Bucks battling it out, though, for P2. Michael on the inside now as they head down the end of Sector 1. They can't be side-by-side going into this corner. Bucks is going to hold P2. Michael dies to the inside. Bucks goes wide. Michael around the outside going into 5.
Oh, he's got it! Has he got it? Oh,
Michael
it's gonna
Garone Jr. still around the outside. An amazing battle here on the final lap. Michael
He's
Garone
got
Jr.
it.
P2.
Wow.
Does he have the time to catch Dunk? Dunk on those old hards. Michael Garone Jr. on the fresh soft. He's going to catch him. Is he going to have the traction to get it done?
Oh, Mr. Yarborough, I think I've got the speed.
right now.
I don't know about you guys, but my heart's a beating right now. Michael Garone Jr. Will he be able to make a last lap pass on Dunk?
He's got to have the traction.
He's going to have
About
the...
the penalties too.
It is about the penalties. You're right, Brett. They're going to go into the final corner. Michael sends it in. He's going to get
could
the
be a
better
drag
traction.
race.
They're going to go side by side. Side by side at the
drag
lines.
race.
Oh my goodness. Dunk got him. But Dunk takes the win. Lucas is going to
Ferrari
finish P2 and P3 for the Ferraris. Michael Garone Jr. got
Michael
to...
and Bucks had penalties.
They did. Michael P4, Bucks P5, the Iceman P6, Zach P7, Cameron P8, Bill Vossi P9, Alex Gutierrez. He had troubles at the end and unfortunately will bring it home in 10th position. Holy smokes.
And that's back-to-back wins for Jonathan Dunn.
That
Jonathan
is.
Dunk, back-to-back wins. The Iceman picks up driver of the day. Does that start ringing some bells there, Seb?
It does.
Yeah.
I do remember that race.
Yeah, that was a good one, wasn't it?
That was a good charge coming up from Michael there.
I mean, watching that back, it has It was a fun one to watch, and all that I can hope for as a commentator is that we're gonna see some more races like that as we head into season 3. Mike, I can only imagine what it was sitting in the driver's seat, but that was a hell of a finish.
I mean, it was interesting. A lot happened. I mean, even looking back at it now, that 3 wide moment down the front straight, I almost got sandwiched, as you could kind of tell from the footage. But I felt taps from both sides, and luckily, I think it was Bucks and Lucas that I was in the middle of, and luckily they both felt it and gave me the space needed. And then unfortunately on the exit of turn 1, I think Lucas and Alex got together. We saw another bad luck moment for Alex. His transition to the wheel, I think it looked a lot worse based off the results than it really was. He was in great positions a lot of times, and it just always worked. Like something always bad happened to him, so that was unfortunate to see. I remember looking back and seeing that, and then I think the moment everybody thinks about is the pass on Bucks. I don't know. It didn't seem that cool to me when I did it, and then everybody was like going crazy about it after, and I was like, oh, I mean, kind of left the door open. And then everybody. I was really proud of the move around the outside, even though it meant nothing. Around Dunk at the last corner, it meant nothing, but it just felt so cool to come from so far back in a corner where you usually can't pass, and almost get there. I killed myself with penalties, which was kind of the theme for my season at a lot of races. But it was fun. Hopefully I get to do that next season and actually convert it into something to be proud of, because a 4th is, I mean, after you do something like that, you kind of want a little bit more than 4th,
None of us look back at the position where or at where people finish there, unless if you're Dunk. If you're Dunk, you're celebrating that as a race victory, which I know Dunk does celebrate as a race victory. The safety car wizard, that was when he was in his element there. But
that was I think that was his 3rd and final win of the season.
It may have been. No, I think stretch. Belgium the week after. I think. No,
Belgium was before.
Oh, was it?
Belgium was the week before. Belgium was also a really, really good race that I don't think anybody really remembered. But that race went from dry to wet, but not quite wet enough, and then wet enough for about a lap for wets,
true.
And then dry again. And people were on all kinds of different strategies, and Dunk won that one. Zach and I went side by side for the win on track, and then I won the race.
I think you and Dunk went side by side for it.
No, it was Zach and I, but Zach had a lot of penalties, so he bumped down. I won the race unofficially, and then Dunk got a penalty removed and then won it.
That is true.
What would have been Tuesday or Wednesday. So
that is true.
Still hate you for that one, Dunk.
Lots of talk here about lots of good passes that took place over the course of these races. But overall, the pass of the season was one that, you know what, guys? To be honest, was a little bit disappointed with the lack of entries in. We did receive a couple, though, and we're going to play them for you right now on stream. But you know what? For next season, as we head into Season 3, keep track of these good passes that you have. Mark them down. Save them as a clip. Do what you got to do. And we better get some more submissions for this next season. But as we head into this, we are going to start off with this pass, which we head back to Monaco, which I'm sure a lot of people will forget, as we see Sean making a move here on Dustin, heading into, I think he makes it into Sandoval, or maybe it's out of, but we will find out.
Are all these overtake clips from Sean?
No, they are not. Just great traction out of the corner. And I think he makes it look really easy with with what's a simple pass, but you know what? For anybody that's raced at Monaco, you know that it doesn't look that easy. I mean,
Yeah.
it's
If you had never been in that situation, you wouldn't understand how he'll like that is so sketchy. Yeah, that's. I mean, you'd have to experience it, but it's so tight right there. I'm not gonna lie, I'd probably be too scared to do something like that.
So we do have that as a nomination. Our other submission was from our very own Matthew Elia, and you know what? I've seen this pass a couple times over the course of the season, and I think this is definitely worthy of pass of the season here, as we're gonna turn it over here.
Oof.
And he's getting past Seb. Is that Seb there? Seb, how could you let this happen?
It is.
How could you let this happen? Maddie is going to thread the freaking needle on the world, and then keep it all together as he gets out of the corner. You know?
I don't know what you're talking about. That ain't me.
That was a brilliant move. And then, just for good measure, we can show it on stream as well.
Towards turn 9, and Garrett gets the position back.
Oh, this is on board
Gives
with
space
Seb.
through into
Even
now
better.
turn 10. Oh, has a go, but can't quite get the position. Garrett swings to the inside. He defends heavily. And here
Matt's
comes
gonna
Matthew. Is
swing
he going to get
through.
two
Really
into
let him
one?
do it.
It's 3 wide, and he does it. An exceptional bit of racecraft.
Oh, God. Really?
Absolutely superb. And
I
here
think you got passed by like another 2 or 3 guys right there, Seb.
I
Seb,
think Matt gave me damage, is what it was, and ruined my whole race.
Whatever,
Matt
dude.
didn't touch you there. Matt didn't touch you.
That didn't happen until I got reset to track exiting the pits.
Oh,
No, that was the
so
pass of the
bad.
season.
that was a brilliant pass. I mean, we've watched a lot of good passes here in the last couple minutes between that race from Monday night, this pass here from Maddie, like going 3 wide. I mean, you look at that. He had the confidence to just. You knew you had somebody on the inside, but you had the confidence that you had that, and you came out with the position. Brilliantly done, and honestly, you made it look so easy. Seb is gonna have nightmares over this,
Oh, shut up.
but I believe we didn't officially crown a winner for this category, but I think we can crown that to Maddie. And Bill,
I agree.
I agree.
it looks like Bill agrees as well. No surprise, pass of the season is on Seb. Well, Bill, it's on you next season to get the pass of the season done on Seb. As we will move into now the most improved driver. So, drivers, actually. We do have one for both Sunday night and Monday night. And I know that this is a category that I think encompasses a lot of drivers on both nights. I'm sure speaking for all of us, we saw a lot of improvement amongst all of the drivers on both nights. But I think these drivers really did a great job at their improvement was very obvious over the course of the season, I'll be frank. And the 2 winners for this category for Sunday night, it is Dustin Howe, and for Monday night, it is Jonathan Duncan. Of course.
What?
Oh, that comes as a surprise to you, Seb, apparently. Seb, you were the least improved of all the drivers now.
I'm gonna remember that when you bin it on the last lap and give up the podium again.
Just like you Spinella on the last lap at Monza, eh?
Hey, you know what? That was my first time running no assists, alright?
A little bit of friendly banter, but gentlemen, I think I know it was actually we did have some good honorable mentions for for Sunday night. There was a lot of drivers. I think we had probably 5 or 6 different drivers that received votes for Sunday night. And I think for both these drivers, they really did show a lot of improvement over the course of the season. I know towards the end of the season, Dustin was really up there battling on a very consistent basis, and then Dunk, who can argue with the 3 victories. So what do you guys think of our most improved drivers?
For me, Sunday, I think there's 3 guys that stands out to me. I think Dustin, obviously, one of them. We've seen him come a real long way. I think he did a lot of learning throughout the season as well. Us giving him tips and him having questions and us helping him out a little bit. Second one, I think, would be Cameron. He started off kind of at the middle of the pack when he first joined, and then at some point just broke out from the rest of the guys and put himself in that weird little spot where he was quicker than everybody else, but not as quick as Honda. But sometimes he had that, you could see glimmers of him almost being ready to challenge Honda. And then for me, it's got to be Sebi. I mean, turning off traction control, finally getting all the assist off, and really not even falling off pace-wise at all and improving. I mean, I know Sebi's been really busy with work, but he put some time in for Abu Dhabi and had real strong pace. I think he had a little bit of bad luck, but I think for season 3, Sebi's going to be somebody to look out for if he puts in the time, which I hope he does. Monday, I think, Dunk's to pick up 3, either Dunk or Zach. I mean, you could argue that Zach's lack of pace was due to a technical difficulty, but I think even Zach has improved from where he was last season when he joined TNE. So those 2, but for Dunk to, come out, win 3 races in a row, look really solid all season. Yeah, I think that's a pretty good choice for me.
Maddie, what do you think of our winners?
Dustin's a good one. He just started playing not too long ago, and the only practice he gets is he's got a family and he works. He wakes up early in the morning and does a few hours, so he actually puts in the time. Doesn't know quite all the rules of F1, but he's learning. Example is Singapore. He didn't know about the 2 compounds.
Very true.
The last lap, and he had to pit for a different set, which actually ended up helping him hold a position. So, but
yeah,
he actually wants to learn too. You see him in the chat trying to ask questions, and so Sebi, But yeah, I believe Cam. Yeah, I remember Cam not being quite as quick, and then all of a sudden I was like, well, I'm not getting second anymore. So yeah,
there was lots of good candidates on Monday or on Sunday. I think for this one, we saw a lot of improvement out of a lot of drivers.
Yeah, T Marino, he got a couple good points positions. He improved, especially since Australia. I mean, he was part of that accident, so
so it can only get better from there, right?
Better than that. Yeah.
Yeah, there.
And then on Monday night, Pete Hayward, I think he showed improvement. He's not the fastest guy, and he always just continues to fight through it. And he knows he's not the fastest, but he shows up every week, and he gets. I think he's picking up the pace a little bit.
Well, and how great was it to see him getting that podium at Silverstone too? Like, that's exactly a point. What you're trying to make is like, show up, and those types of things can happen. But yeah, I mean, so many brilliant performances that were put on this season. I think both these guys are both very, very worthy winners, and And you know what? Hopefully, we're gonna continue to see improvement next year. I know on Monday night, there's gonna be some real battles that are going on, but and also through Sunday night as well. Of course, there's gonna be some great battles that go on there as well. But we're gonna see Dustin take on a new challenge here in the Sunday night division going forward, and maybe he'll be able to pick it up that extra notch and he'll be in the contention for a championship over there as Dunk makes a transition to a wheel. And we'll see how...
And no assists.
So we'll see how Dunk...
And no late safety cars.
I don't see that happening.
Ooh,
No.
Hear that, Dunk? That is the official challenge horn that's been sent out to you. But we'll keep moving on here, and we'll move into the driver of the season. Now, for many people, how I said earlier that Hungary was one of the most unanimous decisions that we've had for one of these votes. The most unanimous decision was definitely on the Sunday night category here for driver of the season. It's no doubt that goes to Andrew Furtado. That is, of course, Honda, as he locked up the championship. I mean, I think he won just about every race that he competed in except for 3, and just absolutely put on a dominant performance here. But you know what? For Monday, it was much more close. It was much closer. I'll tell you now that third place through first place was separated by 2 votes. It was a very close fight, and I think all of the drivers deserve praise for what they accomplished this season. We'll start with third place in the voting, and that will go to, of course, Jonathan Dunk, a 3-time race winner this season, voted the most improved driver on Sunday night. Definitely deserving of the votes that he received for this. In second place, with just 1 more vote than Dunk, we have Michael Garone Jr., of course, our championship winner. There's no doubt that Mike had an amazing season. He experienced the full ups and downs of what a season can throw at you. But ultimately, the winner for the Driver of the Season award here is second place winner in the championship voting. It is Zach Hockmeyer, of course, the Hawk. A brilliant season from Zach. Once he got his pedal figured out and sorted, he was pretty much the man to beat, bar a couple of races, and definitely deserving of this award. A massive congratulations to both of these drivers. And we're going to get to see these guys go head-to-head next season on Monday night, which will be very fun to watch. Seb, looking at these 2 winners, knowing that you got to race against one of them, and you got to do comms for the other one, and we're going to get to do comms for both of them next season. What are your thoughts on these 2 guys winning?
Definitely for Honda on Sunday, man. You know, he came out of nowhere and all of a sudden just started dominating Sunday nights. You know, there's days where he just does not put a foot wrong, you know, and that's really what it takes. I mean, nobody was going to stop him. He was on a mission, and he completed his mission, you know, with wrapping up the championship and everything. So definitely a dominant driver and driver of the season for Sunday. For Mondays, you know, I don't know another guy that drives a twitchy car like Zach does. You know, there's been moments where we've been on stream and it hooks all the way to the left, and all of a sudden he's going straight again, keeps it on the line. You know, after he figured out his pedal, he went on a 5 race win streak, you know, and there were moments where it looked like nobody was going to catch him. He would say, just like how Honda was doing it, you know, he was just out there doing a brilliant job, you know. So for both of these drivers to win on their respective days, you know, I really do agree with it.
Yeah, it was a brilliant showing from both these drivers, and of course all of the drivers that I mentioned. I mean, we've given a lot of praise to lots of the drivers here so far. I mean, whether you finish first in the championship or whether you finish 15th in the championship, you know, everybody has had great seasons. They've had their great moments, and I think really it's just a sign of things to come here as we head into season 3. So, I mean, a massive congratulations to both of these drivers for winning Driver of the Year for their respective nights. One of the final big ones that we will look at, actually there's one more after this, and this is the moment of the season. Now, I believe the way that I framed this question or this vote was, you know, it could be pretty much anything. This could be a race victory. This could be, you know, this could be a personal accomplishment. This could be a funny conversation that you had on stream or in the Discord. But in terms of unanimous voting, this one probably does come up P3 because there were a few that were really, really good. That, you know, there was some personal races that people mentioned. There were some things along those lines. But really, there was one defining moment that came out of this. And really what the moment of the season, the ultimate winner of it, was Seb. And
What?
Seb's comment, I was trying to get you so hard. It just repeatedly got brought up in the voting. And you know what? When you look back on this season, this is one that you're always gonna remember. The moment where Seb made this mistake, and
I sealed my fate.
you really did seal your fate, and it really, you know, I can't count. I don't think any of us can count on our hands how many times this got brought up over the rest of the season.
As you can tell, everybody, just by this statement, punctuation matters.
Yeah.
We know what he's trying to say, but that's not the way it looks.
That is very true. Stay in school, kids. There's a lot of kids here, or not kids, but there's a lot of young adults that are amongst us in this league, and this is a friendly reminder to make sure you stay in school and you get that punctuation right, because otherwise you end up as the moment of the season saying that you were trying to get a fellow competitor hard.
I'll take it, bro.
I mean, I just want to say that I think this moment, I think when he said this, we didn't have. I think this was before our friendship with Sebi, I think this was a real defining moment to us understanding what kind of person Sebi was. I think after this, we realized, like, okay, this is a guy we got to keep around, because he said this and we went on and on about it and kept bumping it down on the Discord and kept reminding him that he said this, and he took it so well, and it became such a, I guess, T&E meme, if you will. And yeah, I think this moment defined us being such good friends with Seb. And yeah, I guess it could qualify as the moment of the season for a couple of different reasons. I mean, it was absolutely hilarious, number one. And yeah, brought us to learn the character that is Sebastian.
And of course, as Maddie mentioned, it's a reminder that punctuation is very, very important.
Yeah, and punctuation is key, people. Especially in our Discord.
Yes.
You will get corrected.
Where even though that this was put up on August 30th, it is still getting brought up how many ever months later as we're about to cross into a new season. So as we head into season 3, I guess a PSA for all is don't be the moment of next season. Not quite like this.
Hey man, I'll take it. I'll take it. You know, and it's funny too, because I knew what I was typing, and then the moment I typed it and everybody started saying something, I was like, oh man, I messed up.
Oh, realized it in the heat of the moment. But definitely a hilarious moment, and one that I'm sure we are going to look back at for a very long time and have some chuckles at. But never mind looking back at. Let's take a look at what the final question was, or the final vote possibility was. And that's as we go and look ahead here to Season 3. Lots of things to look forward to here for Season 3. And this is one, this isn't one, there's not a winner to declare here. It's really trying to get a feel around what everybody in the league is excited for as we head in to, again, Season 3 of the U.S. Regionals. And what is going to be the biggest season yet for us? Of course, adding a new night. This is going to be the first season that we're going into with really two virtually full nights, and then a third night that's recently added that just continues to fill up fast. And what I did is I went and compiled many of the answers that we received, and we have them to display now. So lots of the things that were covered here. We're heading into another season. It just means another fun season is going to be afoot. I think we've had so many laughs over the course of the last season. And Season 3 brings in a whole new category of drivers. We're going to see a whole new time slot that's brought in, and it's just going to be that much. There's going to be that many more opportunities for laughs over the course of the season, and that should be something that we definitely look forward to. Another thing, another season of clean racing. We've seen it over the course of the season. Some of the best racing that I've witnessed over my time as a commentator has taken place over this past season. I think we have a great group of guys here in the regional, and it's going to be great to see them as we head into Season 3 and how the racing continues, the battles, and what comes about over the course of this coming season. There were a couple of drivers as well that are fairly new to the Discord and new to the server that talked about, they're looking forward to just racing an entire season. It seems simple enough, but, you come in partway through the season and, maybe you don't get to quite contend for... There's always going to be that what if in your mind. You look back at the season and, I joined halfway through. I didn't quite get that position in the championship that I was looking for. Well, now that we're going into a new fresh season that you're going to be competing in for the entirety of, you have that opportunity again. This one I found hilarious. Starting over, and I definitely feel that a little bit, having raced in Sunday night and having to look up at Honda every single week, who's 20 seconds ahead at the end of it, and just going like, damn, I just can't wait until this season starts over. And we have another go at it. The battles. I mean, we talked about it. We've seen so many great battles that have taken place over the course of this season. I think that's pretty straightforward. The 7 p.m. expansion. It's exciting to be adding a new time slot onto this for Season 3. And I think we're just gonna have some more great racing that comes out of it. And then finally, I know I'm really looking forward to this. I'm sure Seb is too, and everybody is. But being able to watch that stacked Monday night that has developed over this off season and what that looks like going into Season 3. Lots to look forward to here for Season 3. I'm going to start with Seb here. Seb, what are you most looking forward to in Season 3?
Honestly, man, it's the battles. I like the list that we have because it kind of all goes in with each other. The battles are going to be great on Monday night with a lot of fast drivers being there. It's definitely stacked. Being one of the commentators for Mondays, I'm really excited to be able to commentate all these races, watch all the action. Same thing for Sundays, there's going to be a lot of battles. Unfortunately, me and Bill haven't been able to deliver the race that we promised everybody, and I'm really glad he's going to be racing Season 3 on Sundays, so we can give the people what they wanted. And, it's it's going to be great. That's mostly what I'm looking forward to, is all the battles that we're going to be able to watch during the next season.
Maddie, what are you looking forward to most for season 3?
Well, I don't see myself getting any wins, so I'm gonna have to say, I plan on being in the party with Sebi and Bill during a race, so I'm looking forward to hear what goes on.
Oh God,
because it's gonna be fun.
I definitely think that is one of the big things to look forward to in season 3. May have not necessarily been known by everybody at the time that that the voting was taking place for this, but yeah, I mean, Matt, you and I are going to be the other, we'll call it innocent parties here in that battle that's going to be going on, and I'm a little bit scared going into that, I'm not going to lie.
Oh man, they're going to get us off our game and we're going to crash out probably.
That's exactly,
we'll be laughing so hard.
Yeah, we're going to have the most DNFs of any other, because either we're going to be so distracted that we're just laughing our asses off, or something else is going to come up, and like it's going to be a lot of fun to be a part of and a lot of fun to watch. And yeah, that's definitely something to look forward to as well going into season 3. Mike, what are you looking forward to going into season 3?
So there's 2 for me. The first one's gonna be the stacked Monday night race that I will be competing in. I don't know, maybe by the end of the season I'll look back and say that I wasn't too excited for it, but I do like to be challenged, and it's gonna be a challenge. It was already a challenge with Zach and even Bucks at some point. I think it's gonna be an insane season. I'd say, what do you think? Probably 6-7 different winners, I'd say, at some point by the end of the season. I think that'd be a pretty fair guesstimate. And the second one is Sunday at 7, just for the sheer fact that you and I get to commentate together, Stu.
Ooh.
Which I think is going to be very interesting. Yeah, people really don't get to see our rapport. There's a lot of it behind the scenes.
That's true.
Nobody's ever really seen our back and forth live before, so I think that'll be interesting. I think it'll be really cool to see the competition there, because we have a lot of new drivers, and then there's a few guys who were Sunday night 9 o'clock guys who were in that mid-pack, and I think they have a very good potential to compete for race wins. So it's going to be really interesting to see guys in a completely new element. I mean, we really don't know what we're going to expect, and I think that's what's going to make it so interesting as we head into that time slot this season.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you on the 7 p.m. battles. That's going to be a ton of fun to watch. We don't really know what the pace is of lots of the drivers that have recently joined us, and it's going to be fun to learn, about those drivers. I'm sure there's going to be some fun battles that emerge from that as well, just like have emerged from the past season, and we'll be looking back at those battles here at the end of season 3, I'm sure, with fond memories. And there's going to be lots to look forward to. I think season 3 is going to bring a lot of fun stuff to the forefront again, just like season 2 did, and hopefully at the end of it, hopefully Bill and Seb haven't killed each other, and
I'm gonna kill him.
and hopefully Maddie and I don't wreck out of too many races as a result of their banter back and forth. But I think overall, just looking back on season 2, it was a really fun season to be a part of, and of course, I think it's a massive shout out to everybody that's a part of the U.S. Regional here, that's stuck with us through the season, has helped us to grow, of course, the U.S. Regional to what it is now, and it's very exciting to see where the growth is going to go here over the course of the next season. So, I think, gentlemen, we can probably wrap this up here. Do any of you have any final words that you want to say as we get ready to go into season 3, or just, I know Seb's eager to get back to racing.
Bill, just don't show up.
Don't show up.
Wow.
That would completely throw out the window what most people are looking forward to, though.
That's not going to be much of a race when I'm in the points and he's all the way in the back.
Oh,
Did you just say the winder?
the window. Me?
Did I?
Yeah. Did you just say throw it out the winder?
I don't think I said that. I guess
He's so Canadian.
I guess I'll have to. No,
That's what I
I don't
heard.
think winder is a Canadian thing. I do know though that kind of on that train of thought, when I was watching some of these races back, looking for some of the highlights, I heard myself say about a number of times, and I was like, "Wow, that does sound a little bit strange, maybe." But
You mean a boot?
a
Yep.
boot,
A boot.
a boot. But you know what? Maybe going forward next season, we're gonna find some more weird things that Canadians say. Who knows? As
Oh God.
we'll find some fun things.
Like
to
Larry
talk
or
about.
a Randall?
Yeah.
Oh yes, Larry and Randall.
Larry and Randall. Those things are to be discovered as we head into season 3 for comms. But I think we will wrap it all up here now. A big thank you to everybody that tuned in here. Honestly, this went a little bit longer than I thought it would. But hope everybody enjoyed this award ceremony here for the U.S. Regional, guys. A big reminder that U.S. Regionals are back on air at the end of this month, starting January 31st for the Sunday Night Guys, February 1st for the Monday Night Guys. And of course, all of the 3 series, or all of the 3 time slots, will be covered on comms and broadcast to this very YouTube channel. So make sure you tune in for those. On behalf of Seb, Mike, Matt, and myself, thank you for tuning in to this award ceremony. And we will be back at it soon.